do we have art, and not only why do we have these broad categories, but why do we also, in particular, have beliefs in supernatural agents, shamanism, beliefs in witchcraft, dance songs, lullabies? Um, it's kind of the original project of anthropology. Why does human culture look the way it does? And in particular, why do we have these cultural universals? And so I use a combination of cognitive science, evolutionary theory, cultural evolutionary theory, um, ethnographic field work, comparison of large scale databases.
Yeah, so I think like a thread that we'll probably come back to quite a bit here is, despite all of the cultural diversity that's out there, the details often differ radically from one culture to the next, but there are similarities in terms of patterns, both at large scale and at a finer grain scale. And you can draw an analogy between culture and biology, right? I might study a particular bird or a particular beetle, but there are general principles that define how all creatures change and why they have certain core features in common or that serve similar functions, even though the specifics of that particular organism's makeup is different from another one's.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, that's sometimes how I think about my work as a kind of taxonomic project where you are laying out the diversity of human culture, but recognizing these homologous or analogous structures within it or
Mm-hmm.
among traditions.
Yeah. And of course, the analogy runs pretty deep because cultures evolve just like organisms do, and we do inherit, one generation's culture is inherited from the last one, and there are things akin to mutations and all of the things that drive biological evolution. But of course, it's a different kind of evolution, right? It's cultural, and we can talk about what that means. It's happening at a different sort of speed and with a different pattern, but there is, I think, a deep analogy there.
For sure, for sure. And I think of cultural evolution as an important force, as an important process by which these patterns emerge. So part of the reason that human societies develop such strikingly similar culture, I have argued, is because of the way that cultural evolution is similar in diverse contexts, which is something we can go into.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, culture. We're talking about things that emerge at the level of human behavior and the human mind, and so I imagine that a lot of the similarities in patterns in terms of how things show up in human culture have deep roots in terms of the biology ultimately of the human mind itself.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, wait, Nick, sorry, I just want to, I got distracted because my email client is open, so I just wanted to close that.
Oh yeah, go for it.